There is an indigenous tribe of hunters called the Naskapi that live on the Labrador Peninsula off of North America. And they live in isolated family groups. They don't live in a larger tribe. And that's significant because when you don't live in a larger tribe, you don't have access to some things that the tribe would give you. For instance, you don't have group rituals, you don't have group ceremonies, you don't have regular access to a tribal shaman. And so, in some ways, that makes life very different, especially for a somewhat primitive indigenous culture that relies on a relationship to nature and sees nature as a part of this larger transcendent spiritual transpersonal whole. And so the way they survive is the hunters that live in these isolated family groups, they pay very close attention to their dreams, and they record their dreams, and they analyze their dreams, and they interpret their dreams, and they talk with others about their dreams. And the Naskapi believe that dreams and guidance are sent to them by a being they call Mistapio. And Mistapio ends up meaning the great man or my friend. So they believe they are guided by their friend through their dreams to survive. And when they get a dream that's significant, then they'll go and they'll create art about that dream. And art in these cultures, looks a lot of different ways. Sometimes it's creating a mandala type thing on a piece of hide, or maybe it's sewing or beadwork or all these things. But creating that art kind of represents a conversation, kind of saying to Mistapio, their friend or their daimon, I hear you loud and clear, and I'm responding. And it's also believed that if you do what the daimon tells you to do in the dream, then the daimon will appreciate it and he'll send you better and better dreams. And as a result, you'll be more and more guided because you've learned to listen and kind of lock in on that channel of guidance. And so I first discovered the Naskapi people when I was studying dream analysis, and specifically, they're talked about in some of Jung's books, because in a lot of ways they kind of came to a Jungian view of the soul and the internal life without ever hearing of Jung. They just kind of got to it on their own, which I think speaks to the relevance of his ideas. But when you read this stuff, it's just one more culture that has this idea of this internal guiding spirit, the daimon, even if they don't call it that, even if they call it my friend or the great man. But anyway, I'm fascinated by the Naskapi people. I'm fascinated every time I see the concept of the daimon pop up, and you see it everywhere. Greek history, Roman history, Egyptian history, Jewish Kabbalism, it's everywhere. And so we could study this stuff for a long, long time and keep discovering new ways that people talk about it. So anyway, that's one. I hope that inspires you to research the Naskapi people. There's a great book. I should have had it to hold up. I'll try to put it in the description down below. But anyway, thank you guys. Bye.